Gary Neville was the one I put down. And again, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say it's the one that everybody says because obviously I know now he's more of like the media personality and he's kind of very vocal in the game. But he was kind of, again, he was very ever present in the Premier League era from kind of the early 90s to, or probably the mid 90s, shall I say, sorry, up until 2006, 2007. And you look at the amount of trophies he won along the way.
Yeah, look, I mean, you can't argue what he's achieved in the game, but he was. The thing with Gary Neville, I think it just shows in that era the lack of quality right backs, and that's probably doing him a disservice. But he is the standout one in that period. I think he retired in like 2010, 2011, and he was a standout right back. He was consistent, steady Eddie. He complemented the good players around him. I think that's the thing with Gary Neville. And I think it comes to my point, Jack, with the right back I've gone for, is that if you put Gary Neville in another team, does he improve the team? Probably not, unless you've got good players. He probably complements them if they've got good players already. But
I think you going in, so I know you're about to say them, but I think what you're going in again now is probably the era debate that we kind of started with.
Yeah. So but so I'm going for Kyle Walker. Not that I'm a big fan of him, but I just think in terms of the right back, the modern day right back, he's rapid, and he'll always be known for his iconic speed and his party antics off the pitch. But anyway, but on the pitch, definitely his speed, his reading of the game. He can play centre half as well. One-on-one defending, really hard to get past him. He did get better. He has got better, going forward. I think at first he was quite erratic with his delivery, but he's been a massive part of Man City's success. And he's won multiple Premier Leagues now. And you got to remember, he also did it at Tottenham. People will forget about that, but he was a good player for Tottenham as well. So he's done it in multiple clubs.
You kind of do forget about the Tottenham era of Kyle Walker.
He was at Villa as well. Yeah, he was at Villa for a year as well. So
I don't think anyone can really remember him at Villa, to be honest. But I think in terms of kind of probably the back end of Spurs that earned him his move to Man City, and then again he's been ever present in that team, like providing countless assists and as you said, the pace down that right hand side. So it does make it difficult to pick between these two in terms of who would go into our actual combined 11.
I think a lot of people probably go for Kyle Walker just because of Gary Neville, the pundit. And it's really, but then if you look at it as player, it depends on taste. Is it the modern day fullback or is it the old school fullback? For me, if we're looking modern day Walker any day, really.
But then Gary Neville kept it simple.
Yeah, and the thing is, in that era, there was no one better than Gary Neville. He was sort of in a league.
But also, this is kind of the debate that we kind of had a bit, I think, last time as well on the last pod, is that obviously in terms of the way the game has changed, you've gone from the right and left backs are having to provide more crosses into the box because of the way the wingers ahead of them are playing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you get more in-swinging wingers now that come in on the left from the right or on the right from the left to try and get the more shots in or drill it low. It's now up to like the fullbacks behind to actually whip the crosses in. Whereas back in Gary Neville's day, even if you had Beckham in front of him, Beckham was the one who was putting the crosses in. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, I think I've got to look at all right. It's a difficult one because Walker. I mean, if Walker didn't have pace, he would not be the defender that he was. Gary Neville was better reading the game. Didn't have the legs of Kyle Walker, but didn't really need to get back in that way, Gary Neville, because of his reading of the game. So it's a toss up, Jack.